Welcome back to Newsbeat. Many of us may use music as self-therapy.
But Tiger TV's Mary Claire Palmer discovers the true healing power of music.
Whether it's through listening or composing, watching or performing, music has impacted every culture throughout time. While music for many is a passion or a career, some have learned the healing power of their notes. Music therapy has been in practice since the 1950s, but in just the last 25 years, researchers have discovered how to help even the smallest of patients in the biggest of ways. LSU professor of music education, Dr. Jane Cassidy, studies the effects of music on premature infants.
The premise of this is, first of all, that music will make babies calmer, just as it does adults, which we know that through research.
But not only does the music calm the babies, the soothing lullabies help them get healthy faster and improve their chances at a normal future.
So if we can regulate them so they can breathe room air, in the long run it will even help their eyes.
While music relaxes the newborns, it can also breathe new life back into those at a different age. Certified music therapist Kristen Tafaro has used music therapy with developmentally disabled children to not only improve their motor skills, but also provide them with an outlet for expression.
I mean, it was challenging and very difficult sometimes, but ultimately life-changing to work with that population. It's just amazing, like, how music can help someone communicate.
Tafaro has also experienced the benefits of music therapy with the elderly.
A lot of times we work on cognition for those who have dementia or Alzheimer's. They might not be able to say their own name, but they know all the lyrics to Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Although Dr. Cassidy and Tafaro's patients differ in age, the women share an appreciation for the healing power of music. For Newsbreak, I'm Mary Claire Palmer.
Tafaro also stressed that she learned from her patients, forming a bond with them through the music. Wordplay is a program sponsored by the Big Buddy organization. The program makes it possible for young poets to create new forms of artistic expression.
In Baton Rouge, some local middle and high school students use poetry to tell their stories. Fresh Heat is a monthly open mic night put on by the Wordplay program. This event teaches teens how to communicate more effectively. For some, their fear of performing is overcome and their confidence is raised. Adolescents involved have shown improvements in school, especially with their writing assignments. Fresh Heat is also a way for students to create long-lasting friendships. Director of Teen Programs Anna West says the event is the highlight of Wordplay.
Young people telling their stories and their truths to one another and speaking to one another through poetic language and through the simple forum that is a microphone and a stage.
If you are interested in volunteering or joining Wordplay, log on to www.wordplay.com.
And now we welcome Alexandra with our forecast. What can we expect weather-wise this weekend?
Well, we had most of our big rains yesterday, but there is still a chance for some rain to come. I'll have the details coming up next on Newsbeat. Welcome back to Newsbeat. I'm Alexandra Cranford. Well, yesterday we got a good soaking here in Baton Rouge. The good news is most of the heavy rains are finished. Now we've just got these overcast skies hanging out over us here in Baton Rouge. Take a look at temperatures around the area. They're not too bad. Most places getting up into the mid-70s. At Lafayette's at 72 degrees. New Orleans at a high of 75. Up in Shreveport, a tad cooler at 71 degrees. Here in Baton Rouge, we're up to about 74. We had some fog early this morning, and we still have some upper air disturbances in the area, which means that we may see some rain as we head into the afternoon and early evening, and it'll stay up there over the next couple of days. Tonight, that chance of rain will stay about the same at about 30%. We'll also keep that high humidity, which is now in the 90%. Also, watch out for some rain as you're on the roads and for some patchy fog, especially if you're going to be driving around. Tomorrow, that chance of rain will increase. There's about a 50-50 chance that you'll see some showers when you head out tomorrow. There's also a chance that we'll get up into the mid-70s, but as we kick off the weekend tomorrow afternoon, It'll get much cooler. A cold front is going to move through the area, bringing with it the cooler temperatures. It'll drop into the 50s, and we'll also see some south winds really picking up. Let's take a look at the 5-day forecast. We'll get highs on Saturday and Sunday in the low 60s, so you can see the effects of that cold front. It'll be dropping into the 30s during the nighttime, so it'll get much prettier once we get there. And if you're headed to Tiger Stadium on Saturday night, you can expect some pretty nice weather, very little chance of rain, although it will get pretty chilly. That cold front will be moving through. The temperature will be dropping into the 50s and later on into the 40s as the night progresses. So it may be chilly, but it'll be worth it to watch those Tigers take on the Trojans. And that's all for your weather today. Here's Hobie with more on that upcoming game.
Thanks, Alex. Coming up in sports, need your fix for LSU basketball? We'll give you the details about the Tigers' opening weekend. And why the football team shouldn't take the Troy Trojans so lightly as they come into Tiger Stadium Saturday night. Next on Newsbeat. Welcome back to Newsbeat, everybody. When a team schedules its annual homecoming game, it usually marks the weakest opponent on the schedule. But this weekend, as the Troy Trojans roll into Baton Rouge, Tiger fans may want to expect a little more out of this seemingly inferior team. LSU's defense will have their hands full with Troy's offense, especially quarterback Levi Brown. Brown has only thrown 2 interceptions on the season compared to his 9 touchdowns. Now, on the offensive side, the passing game cannot give the Trojans the ball as they've done to other teams in recent weeks, but it will be hard with defensive back Sherrod Martin scoping LSU's quarterback Jared Lee. Martin has a Sun Belt Conference high of 4 interceptions on the season, and is part of a defense that has forced 16 INTs all year long. Now, the game is set this weekend for 7 p.m. live from Tiger Stadium. Now, the game will not be broadcast on network television, but you can order it from Tiger Vision. This game was moved from its original date of September 6th because of Hurricane Gustav. Once again, kickoff is slated for 7 p.m. Switching over from Saturday's kickoff, you can also catch opening weekend tip-off of both of LSU's basketball teams. Before heading to Tiger Stadium Saturday, you can catch the men's basketball team's first home game of the season at the PMAC. The Tigers will be taking on Jackson State Saturday at 1 p.m. Now Sunday, you can catch the women's basketball team's opening game of the season as they take on Notre Dame. This game will start at 1:30 Sunday afternoon and is part of the State Farm Tip-Off Classic. If you can make it out to the PMAC for the game, it will be nationally televised. And coming off of its best season record in team history, the soccer team takes that honor into the NCAA tournament. The team finished the year with a record of 14-3-2 and a semifinal appearance in the SEC tournament. The team will take on Washington on Friday, who has a similar record compared to the Lady Tigers with 14 wins as well. Opening kick for the Tigers' first match in the NCAA tournament is set for Friday at 4 p.m. Well, that's all we have for you today in sports. We now go to Josh with entertainment.
Coming up, a look at who took a huge bite out of the week's album charts. Fans will really be impressed. Plus, what movies are heading to theaters this weekend. That and more in entertainment. Stick around. You're watching Newsbeat.